Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible showing.
Angel Reese just turned in one of the roughest performances in WNBA history, shooting 0 for 8 from the field, as her own supporters started calling her out in real time. The Chicago Sky's minus 60-point differential through 2 games? It's now the worst opening stretch in league history.
The Chicago Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Camila Cardoso, oh no. Free Camila Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor.
But here's where things get even wilder. While Reese struggled with missed shots and rebounding her own bricks, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever bounced back with a dominant win that had fans losing their minds. So how are Reese's followers roasting her in hilarious fashion? If you're riding with Caitlin, comment Baby Goat down below. If you're still Team Reese, drop Baby Giraffe. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Angel Reese threw 2 games, 5 of 22, with 10 turnovers. The Sky's minus 60-point differential is the worst through a team's first 2 games in WNBA history. Do you understand that's the worst first 2 games in the history of the league? Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. Coming from a Sky fan, Angel Reese is the worst basketball player I've ever watched. Woo. Woo. My goodness.
Let's not sugarcoat what happened during the Liberty matchup. Going 0 for 8 in a professional basketball game isn't a fluke, it's a breakdown. Players in the WNBA usually shoot around 45%. The odds of a star missing every attempt in a game? Practically 0. But Angel Reese somehow made easy baskets look like impossible missions.
Turnovers. The whole team stinks. Chicago Sky fans are officially going to war. They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Think he ought to get run out. And let's just start here. Let's start here. Worst plus minus in all of the WNBA is, in fact, you guessed it, Angel Reese. 9 out of the 14 bottom 14 are Chicago players.
The collapse started early. One sequence summed it all up. Camila Cardoso missed a shot. Reese grabbed the offensive rebound. Then she missed a layup. Got the rebound. Missed again. Rebounded. Missed a third time. Then finally lost the ball. 4 shots. 1 trip down the court. 0 points.
Angel Reese, part 33. Let's get it.
Only lost by 25 this time.
Bang!
That stuffer coming hot with the stats. She went 0 of 8, 5 turnovers, and she got 1 hit stick.
Bang!
She had 12 rebounds. 8 of them were the me-bounds, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. How about it?
Bang!
Again, there's another me-bound. Let's do it again.
Bang!
Another me-bound. Do it again.
Bang!
Another me-bound. One more time.
Bang!
Wait, you're allowed to pass the ball?
Here's the kicker. Most of those misses weren't contested. We're talking about clean looks that most high school players convert. Jonquel Jones had a few blocks, but overall, Reese was missing wide open layups. The Liberty didn't even need a special game plan. Reese was sabotaging herself.
Reports came out that Camila Cardoso was sold on the Tyler Marsh signing. Rumor came out that Camila Cardoso wasn't excited, wasn't too pleased with how Teresa Weatherspoon was using her last year. So when she heard Tyler Marsh, when she got a sniff of Tyler Marsh possibly coming on board, they talked, laid out the game plan. Camila Cardoso was bought in. Cardoso was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating what Tyler Marsh was feeding her. But again, sold a fake bill of goods.
And that's when body language started to tell the real story. After that brutal sequence, Cardoso visibly walked away from the huddle. Cameras caught it. Her frustration was clear. She didn't want to be anywhere near what just happened. When your own teammate distances herself, that says it all.
The person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Camila Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Camila Cardoso. She gets a switch. Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Camila Cardoso.
Let's talk about those 12 rebounds everyone keeps pointing to. A lot of them came from her own missed shots. She wasn't controlling the glass. She was creating more chances by bricking her layups. That's not impact. That's stat recycling.
The worst part about this Camila Cardoso last night is you seeing her visibly giving up on her team here. Look at this. Look at this. Camila Cardoso literally walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Like, hey, Brianna, Sabrina, scoot over a little bit. Let me take a seat. Hey, Sandy, is there any room on the bench for me? Can you guys use an extra player? Can I switch jerseys and see how I fit on this team?
The Liberty's defensive strategy became obvious as the game progressed. They weren't doubling Reese or sending help defenders her way. Why would they? She was missing wide-open looks consistently. Their game plan shifted to just letting her shoot and collecting the defensive rebounds when she inevitably missed. It's actually genius when you think about it. Let your opponent waste possessions while you focus on everyone else.
I'm gonna tell her when you travel, you need your real ID now! Bang! Free throws ain't free! Bang! Again! Bang! Alright, brother, who at the zoo is responsible for letting the giraffes out of their habitat? How many steps was that? Traveling! Bang!
Does a fly and Angel Reese have in common? They both get swatted.
Bang!
Green company reached out. They said, I want to sponsor you. I said, you don't have my flavor. They said, what's your flavor?
I said, butter pecan! Bang! He's shooting 23% from less than 5 feet from the basket. 4 of 17 from right there! What? Throws are fundamentals. Bang! What did she do in the offseason?
The Liberty caught on fast. They stopped sending extra defenders at Reese. Why bother? She was missing point-blank looks anyway. Their strategy became simple. Let her shoot, grab the board, and move on. Honestly, it was a smart move. Save your energy for players who can finish. 9-point tour. Each miss added fuel to the fire of Chicago's record-breaking meltdown. A minus 60-point differential to start the season? That's a disaster. Reese's inability to score turned her into the face of the Sky's early collapse, and Nick Wright nailed it after the game. Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. 7 words, no excuses, just facts. This wasn't about a rough night. It was about a pro not performing at a pro level. Even her fans started calling her out.
Angel Reese needs to be better.
Yeah.
At basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about as at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player.
By the time the final buzzer sounded, the internet exploded. X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, turned into a full-on roast session. It was like watching a live comedy roast, but unscripted and unrelenting. In a matter of minutes, the public flipped the narrative on Reese, and it wasn't pretty.
You do have Sky fans that are turning on Tyler Marsh. They're screaming that Kennedy Carter should be back on the team. Angel Reese should be off the team. It is getting, what's the saying in baseball?